I'm excited to be back today with Peggy again. We're excited now to take on the Make It Move for the Bears. Welcome back, Peggy. I'm dying here.
Thanks. You want some water?
Thanks. Moses there. Well, I'm ready to have some fun. Today we're going to get started with a good, fun little gathering game. That is pretty simple. All you have to need is some double stick tape. I don't have any, so I'm using masking tape, and I just folded it over on itself. Some sort of round ball. They suggest marbles. However, I didn't have any marbles at my house. I had a ping pong balls, so we're going to use that. And that's about it. So we're going to come on over to my table over here. We're going to play the game. So, here's my camera person. Come on over. So, the object of the game is to you usually have more than one person, but today we're going to play by myself. We're going to see how, do I need to push it hard, push it soft, all that to see what works best for me to get it to stick.
Okay.
Uh-oh. That was too, what do you think? Too soft? You missed it.
I missed it.
Bring the camera over here closer. Ready? Uh-oh. I didn't make it.
Uh-oh. Looks like you're in some distress there, Miss Brittany.
I'm knocking everything down right now.
And your flag's upside down.
Yes, it is. Okay, let's see. So maybe I need to do it a little softer. Man, this table's not. I'm really bad at this. But let's see. And not sticking like earlier it was. This is why they probably say do double tape, thick tape.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure you were playing with it for quite a while, so maybe the tape's not as sticky as it used to be.
It might not be. It worked for other time I was doing it not on camera. But there we go. Whew.
Yay!
Kind of worked. So
I gotta remember that one.
You want something pretty sticky, but also this is a lot lighter than a marble too. Back and ready to have some fun. I was looking at the comments on our Facebook from the last section. We've got Ben from Pack 91 is with us, and we have quite a few people. And Owen from Pack 575. And a lot of people were playing along with our game saying, they said I went too fast. And so they were right. I went right off the table. So there we go. We're back, and we're going to get moving on. So, Miss Peggy, you ready to do the pledge, the oath, and the law?
Yes, I am. Okay. So, yay, it's facing the right way. Okay, now we're going to stand up, and we're going to salute today. Okay, y'all ready? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, now we're going to do the Scout Oath and the Scout Law. And so for this, our hands go straight up. Although, I'm going to sit down. See, straight up. Because we're short. Okay, ready, everybody? On my honor, I will do my best to do my duty to God and my country and to obey the Scout Law, to help other people at all times, to keep myself physically strong, mentally awake, and morally straight. And a Scout is trustworthy, loyal, helpful, friendly, courteous, kind, obedient, cheerful, thrifty, brave, clean, and reverent. Okay. Looked like your arm was getting a little bit tired there by the end, Miss Brittany.
I just muted myself.
Giving me a heart attack, Britters here in the background.
Sorry, I had to try it. Okie dokie. So, we're going to move on to our first part today. And Miss Peggy, I know that you were scavenging around your house for a few different things. But before we get to that fun topic, you want to tell us a little about the 6 special things we need to know to make things move?
Okay, so there are 6 simple machines, and these machines have been around for a very, very long time. And simple machines help make our work easier. Let's say we had to move a big rock. How would you move the rock, Miss Brittany?
Well, the hard way would be for me to walk over and try and lift it up on my own with just my hands.
Yep. Or even dragging it, right?
Yeah, if it was too heavy.
So, long time ago, we developed things like the wheel and the axle.
Oh.
So you could create a cart you put the rock on the cart, and that makes moving the rock easier, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's kind of like the wheelbarrow, right?
Exactly. Then there's the lever. And this is where you use something called the Fulcrum, which is kind of a triangle a lot of times, where you would put a board over the lever, and you'd put one part under the rock, and then people would push down on the other side. And what would that do?
Help to lift it up off the ground, right?
Exactly. And then there's the inclined plane. Do you know what these usually are?
A hill?
A ramp.
Oh, that makes a lot of sense. So like when you're trying to put something in the back of a truck.
Exactly.
Okay.
So, you have your cart with the wheels and the axle. The axle is what holds the wheels to the cart and holds the wheels together. So you could put a ramp on the back and push that rock into the cart instead of lifting it and pulling it.
Okay, hey, you know what? We had, who was it? Let's see. I think it was Ben from Pack 91. He was right with you. He told us that they were going to be a lever, a pulley in. That was pretty close to a couple of them.
Wow, I was just going to mention the pulley.
There you go. So he was ahead of you.
He was. So with the pulley, you'd attach it and you'd run rope through the pulley. It's kind of a wheel itself, and you would run rope over it. And that would help when you use that pulley. It doesn't make the rock lighter, but you have to use less force to pick it up.
Okay.
And then the wedge is a really good simple machine. Do you know what a wedge is? And I'm not talking about the salad.
No, not the salad. Dang. I was just talking to my dad about this the other. Wouldn't you use a wedge sometimes when you're cutting wood?
Exactly. That is one of the uses for it. It's used to drive. It's kind of shaped like a triangle, and you would use it to push something apart. And chopping wood is a prime use of a wedge. And then there's the screw. Do you know what that does?
Well, you know what? I see those in a lot of stuff, and they're very common. They help hold everything together, right?
Exactly. They help hold things together. You know how the screw has those ridges around it?
Yes.
Those grab whatever it goes into, so it's harder to pull stuff out. Which is why we use it to put up shelves and that sort of thing.
I like that.
Yeah, so those are the 6 simple machines.
Okay, so that's the basis of what we're going to talk about today.
Yep.
Know those 6, then we are off to a good start, right?
And those 6 simple machines are actually the basis of most of the machines that are out there in some way.
Okay, nice. So now that we know those, let's go over a little bit about what we're going to do today with our Making It Move adventure. So basically what we're going to do is talk a lot about actions and reactions. And we're going to be able to use a lot of common objects to do what we're going to be doing. So we're going to talk about chain reactions and pulleys and levers. And people are going to have the opportunity to build a Rube Goldberg machine.
Those are cool.
I'm pretty excited. We'll talk a little bit more about that later. But the requirements that we're going to go over, there are 4 of them. We're going to create an exploding craft stick to see what the reaction is. We're going to
We're not allowed to explode stuff.
Well, this isn't actually an explosion, but it's
no fire.
Really cool when we talk about it. No fire, no actual explosives, but it'll be fun.
Okay.
Then we're going to do 2 different pulley systems, simple pulleys, and we're going to make them move an object or 2. And then we're going to make a lever by creating a seesaw and that'll be fun. We're going to explore different ways to balance this by placing different types of objects on it.
Oh, cool.
And then finally, we're going to finish up with one of those exciting, fun machines.
Oh, neat.
So you're going to have the opportunity to either draw one, and it has to have at least 6 steps, or you can actually construct it out of anything, recyclables, or any materials you find in your home. That'll be neat. So that's what we're going to do today. And we're going to start off, which category do we want to start off with today, Miss Peggy?
I don't know. I mean, what do you think we should do first?
I think we should do the exploding experiment.
Okay, I want to see it. I want to see something explode without, any sort of fire involved. This has to be good.
Okay, let's see. Let me pull it up. Give me 1 second. And then hold on. Devin and Josh say hi, Miss Peggy.
Hi, guys. Oh, Devin and Josh?
Yes.
I think I know them.
I think so. Hey, Mr. Anthony.
What's up?
Can you write on the other video that we are back?
I can.
Thank you. And I'm going to share this with you guys on the screen right now. Okay. We're going to start this video up now. This is exploding craft sticks. Here's what you need. All you need are craft sticks and adult supervision. First off, you're going to lay one popsicle stick over the other to make an X. And you're going to place another, the yellow stick, and then the red stick. It helps to have color craft sticks so you can see where you're going. Ooh. So they're going.
It looks like extra hands could come in handy too.
That too, yeah. And they actually recommend if you do it on a surface where there's a little give. Oh man, look at.
Oh wow.
Isn't that awesome?
That is awesome.
Okay. So, you didn't think that was how it was going to explode, did you, Miss Peggy?
No. I admit, when you said explosion, I'm thinking fire involved.
Yeah, no. This actually
is a lot safer.
Yeah. You still want to make sure you have help with one of your parents or an adult supervising you, but it's a pretty...
You might want to wear eye protection.
Mm-hmm.
Because one of those could hit you in the eye if you're not careful.
Oh yeah, they went flying, didn't they?
Yeah.
So that's not just magic, is it?
No.
When you are doing that, so when you weave the sticks together, what do you think is there energy? What kind of energy is it?
Well, let's see. There's potential energy, right?
Yes. So we're building up the energy. So we're storing it until we release it, right?
Right.
Then, do you know what it's called when we have energy in motion and it springs apart?
Is that the K word?
Yes,
Okay.
it is.
Let me look. Let me think here. Kinetic. That's it.
That sure is right. So when you release the potential energy, which is the energy stored, and it springs apart, the kinetic energy is the energy that's in motion. So that's the explosion of energy.
Oh.
Yeah.
So, okay, you know me, Miss Brittany, and I really like archery.
Yes.
So is this just like in archery when I pull the bowstring back and I put the stored energy in that bowstring?
Mm-hmm.
And then when I release it, it gives all that energy to the arrow and makes the arrow go forward, right?
Exactly.
Perfect.
That's potential kinetic energy in real life, in everyday life. So that's a perfect example. So you think you're gonna try that one out?
I might. I don't know if I have craft sticks though.
Yeah, I had some fun with that today. So
I know Dollar Tree carries them. So
yes.
maybe next time I need some groceries, I'll get some craft sticks while I'm there.
And if you can't find the colored ones, which sometimes they do have the colored ones, you can also write numbers on each one so you can see which one going back and forth.
Okay, cool.
Another way to do it. Okay, so now we've learned about kinetic energy and potential energy. So now, what should we do? Should we do levers, or pulleys?
Why don't we do pulleys first?
Okay.
Because since we were just talking about archery, I think they use a pulley in some of the bows, don't they?
I think so. So before we go there, what makes up a pulley?
Well, isn't it kind of a wheel?
Okay, you need a wheel.
And then you need like an axle to hold that wheel in place, right?
Yes, and I think Mr. Anthony has an answer for us too.
Oh, cool.
Hey guys, so what I think a pulley is you need a wheel of some sort with a track, and then you need the axle, like Miss Peggy was saying, and some kind of holder for that axle to sit on, and then the pulley just kind of sits there and acts as more kind of like a train track, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, that makes a lot of sense because without a holder, if you pulled on it, it would just fall.
It just Peggy, it would be a big mess, wouldn't it?
It would.
It sure would. We'll see it in a few minutes because we're actually going to make one. Actually make two. So that'll be exciting. So a simple pulley, they're actually really cool, and they're in everyday objects. What was that object you were going to talk about, Miss Peggy?
So I was thinking about about a compound bow.
Okay.
And if I can show my screen real fast, I think I can find a picture of a bow.
Nice.
So
Ooh.
let me.
Let's see. Julia was playing along, and she actually said kinetic energy too, so she was right.
So on the bow here, because we can all see my screen, right?
Yes.
Okay. Isn't the pulley is that thing at the top, right?
Uh-huh.
And there's a lot more. There's a lot of bows. There's a lot of strings on this bow.
Quite a few.
I know from my experience is that when I start pulling the string back, it's like really, really tight. And that pulley somehow starts changing things. So by the time I get it all the way back to my ear, I'm not pulling as hard.
Yeah. So that's an interesting, helpful aspect of that.
So maybe that's one of the reasons pulleys are important.
I think so. So if you add two pulleys, it makes it how much times easier?
Well, once again, I know on my bow, it starts with about a 25-pound pull and ends with 12. So about 50% of the pull.
Okay. And then what if you had
about 50% of the weight?
Yeah. So what if you had four? If you had four pulleys?
Oh wow.
That would
be
like
even easier, but that bow would be huge.
It would be massive. But you can take that with anything you do, like construction, when they're lifting the big cement.
Hey, isn't that how they made the pyramids?
I think so. Because they didn't, back then, they didn't have all of the fancy technology and machines that we did.
Cranes.
Yes. There we go, cranes.
Yeah, they didn't have all the machinery, so I think I remember being told that they used pulleys to get those rocks up to the top, and to get the big pieces up there.
Yeah, those big pieces of block.
Yeah.
That makes a lot of sense. Interesting. So, now that we've talked a little bit about them, we're going to do 2 different pulley systems.
Okay, cool. 2.
Okay, let me see if I can find my stuff. So, the first one we're going to do, I don't need a jar, but I can't put everything together in a jar just to make it simpler. So, awesome. Then we are going to take we're going to take a bamboo stick or a pulley.
Chopstick.
That's the word, chopstick. And then we're going to take 2 spools.
Okay.
And then I'm going to take a pretty long piece of string. And then I tied it, as you can see. So tied it pretty tight there.
Okay.
And then I have a card. So maybe I wanted to send a card over to my friend, Miss You. Okay? So I'm going to write it on there. And then I'm going to take this. And my camera person is going to take the camera so you guys can see this while we are standing. Okay. And then so we're going to face to make sure it faces us, Mom. So this is our family demonstration. So I'm going to stick the spool with the bamboo. I'm going to give that over there to hold. Then I'm going to do that with the other one.
Okay.
And then I'm going to hold this. But I'm also going to take the string. I'm going to put it over the spool. And then I'm going to put it over this spool. Pull it that way. And then I'm going to add my little note here. I'm going to try. And then look at that. You see? It's traveling.
It is traveling.
So we've made
your pulley.
We made our pulley. So what is this part? The wheel, right?
The wheel, yes.
The wheel, and we have our axle, and then we have our rope.
Mm-hmm.
So we are able to travel. If I had a little better, if you have something that's a little closer in size, it should actually turn it. But I was using what I had at my house, and this is what I had. So then we're going to travel on over into the kitchen. We're going to do the second pulley.
Field trip.
Field trip. Literally. Unplug that piece. We're going to walk over here and keep it focused down here. This is another pulley. So what I've done is I have a box of chewy. It can be anything heavy. Then I'm going to take it and I'm going to wrap it around here pretty tight so that when I use the pulley to help it pull up, it won't pull up. I had this tied before, but somebody in my house moved it for me.
They probably wanted a snack.
I guess so. So then, it might be easier if I just cut the circle, because hold on. Hey, Miss Peggy,
Yes.
can you tell us a little bit about levers to start while I fix this over here?
Okay. So there are 3 types of levers. And there's 3 classes. And what's really cool is not only are these levers things that, we as humans make, but we have levers in our body too.
Really?
Yes. So there's three classes of levers, and the first is, and we're going to do some vocabulary. So there's the fulcrum, and the fulcrum is the point where things rotate on. So you have everybody knows what a teeter-totter is, right? No, Anthony doesn't know what a teeter-totter is. Okay, so in a teeter-totter, you kind of have a triangle, and on top of that triangle is where people sit. You have the triangle, and it's here, and you teeter-totter back and forth, and you ride up and down. There are plenty of videos out there of people riding teeter-totters, and they usually end badly. So the first class lever is where you just have that fulcrum, that triangle, and the load on top of it. And that's where you can pick stuff up or put stuff down. But we're probably really, really familiar with a double class 1 lever, which is where there's 2 levers working together. And so I went through my house and I found one of those. So scissors are a double class 1 lever. Where they're attached right here is the fulcrum. And then this gives it extra force when you're cutting. So it allows you to cut easier. And these are fabric scissors, and we never use fabric scissors on paper. Ever. Oh, Miss Brittany, really?
Oh, yeah. Oh, man, I'm bad.
Okay, and then the second class of lever has the load, which is what you're trying to pick up, between the effort, which is whatever's pushing down on it, and the fulcrum. So it's not in the middle like a teeter-totter. You might have I had something to show as a fulcrum. So if the fulcrum is here, this is the class 1 lever where it's just about even, and then there's the class 2 where you're moving it, and the fulcrum is down here. So what kind of what sort of thing do you think could be a class 2 lever? Oh, perfect.
If you want to make your own, you can use a paint stick. I used a glue stick, and all I did was put the rubber band over one side and one over the other, and I had a
nice
middle. There you go.
And what type of lever is that? What class is that?
I don't know. What is it, Miss Peggy?
The class 1.
The class 1.
The class 1. And the class 2 lever is where the fulcrum is really close to the end. A wheelbarrow is a type of class 2. A bottle opener. Once upon a time, pop bottles, they weren't twisty. Mm-hmm. You had to put the lid here and then push it off. It's a class 2 lever. So, and then there's the class 3 lever. and the class 3 lever puts the load, which is what you're trying to pick up, the effort on the same side, and the fulcrum on the other side. And the best example of that is a stapler. This is the fulcrum right here, and you push down here, and that pushes that metal staple through your paper and bends it, which we couldn't do without this, right?
Pretty hard.
There's no way.
Pretty hard. I have made my own, and it seems to be. So I have my peanut butter here. I put one on each side, but then it's like, let's see. If I put 2 on this side, it's heavier, right?
Yep.
There's 1. However, if I put 2, move that farther away, it should. There you go. One side or the other.
That would be fun to experiment, because scales are a type of lever.
Oh yeah.
Because each side of that scale is balanced exactly on that fulcrum.
That's the thing about this.
You could have fun figuring out how to make things move easier, what weighs the same, what weighs differently. And you could even move it up and down on that fulcrum to see how, if you do it right, one thing of peanut butter could pick up 2.
Let's see. You guys do it. I did it earlier. Look at that.
You know what my kids like to do with levers?
What?
So, take off everything on one side.
Okay. Which side do you want? The one with 2 or the one with 1?
The one with 1. Leave that one, take the other 2 off.
Okay.
Okay, now put that down. And now I want you to take your hand as fast as you can and slap it.
Oh, man.
That's what my kids like to do with levers.
Want to see this?
Parents are going to love us, Peggy.
I built a catapult out of earlier. Want to see this? You ready? Set. I just flung them in the air. Did you get that?
Yay!
Ready? So all you need to make that is a 7 of these little doozies. 1, 2, 3, 4 rubber bands. And I use the bottom of a plastic cup and just taped it on there.
Yeah.
Have your own catapult. Okay. Let's see. Do we have anybody? We have
Mr. Webster's on.
I was reading the comments to see if we had any comments here.
Nope. We got nothing as of right now, Britters.
We have a handful here.
Well, we got lots of comments. Sorry. No questions. I'm sorry.
You are good. Yes. Okay. So, now that we've talked about pulleys and levers, and I actually got the box tied up, you would think. So, we can go back and look at that real quick. Move that way, please. I have a very skinny dining room. Okay. Peggy, do you think it's going to be heavier if I hold the box try and lift the box with my one hand, or with the pulley?
It's going to be heavier if you're lifting it without the pulley, just with your hand, because a pulley helps take some of that weight, right?
Oh, I'm going to use this as my pulley right now. Oh, actually, I flipped it the other way because that way is better. Because the foam kept it from having a good twist. Okay, so ready? Yeah. I just unwrapped my thing. Well, it was a good try.
You want to know one of the things I like about science, Miss Brittany?
It doesn't always work.
It doesn't always work.
Well, we try. We're gonna try. I'd love to see some pictures or some videos of other people's attempts, but we're gonna move on from that one, even though I really wanted it to work. But we're gonna finish up with our last thing for today.
Okay.
It is the Rube Goldberg. So, what?
Those are really cool.
So, what do you think that is? I know you were excited about it when we were talking about that earlier.
So my daughter had to do one a long time ago for school. And so she explained it to me as a really complicated way of doing something simple.
Yep, basically. So you're choosing something to do that really is not that hard to do, but you're going to use a bunch of different things to do it, to make it more simple. So it was created, the term was inspired by the cartoons of Rube Goldberg, an engineer turned cartoonist who lived from 1883 to 1970.
Oh, wow.
I know that was a long time ago. His cartoons depicted humorous inventions about creating a chain reaction to accomplish a simple task and having a lot of fun in that way. So, I have a video to show you.
Okay.
Because we are not the best camera people at this point. We're still working on that. So I figured it might be easier to see if I showed you this. Okay.
That makes sense. We're still learning.
So we've got chess pieces, and we have dominoes, and we have a yo-yo, which I think there's a yo-yo adventure out there, so that might be a fun one to do. Tape, which I know I have tape at home. A marker, an expo marker. Okay, some string. A tennis ball. So their object is to get the tennis ball into the trash can. So we could easily do it, right? Just throw it in the trash can.
Yeah.
But they're doing it this way. So they have all the tennis balls, hit the dominoes, which hits the chess pieces, which hits the dominoes, which hits the baseball, which hits the yo-yo.
Here's the yo-yo. There goes the tape.
The expo marker. Oh, it's twisting. And it hit.
There it goes.
Now we gotta.
There's the Parcheesi pieces.
There we go. And then it hits the string. That was a long string. In a box. Into the trash can.
Yay!
So that is an example. I think it would be really fun to see what people can come up with when they're at home with all their different things. Let's see. We've got a lot of different things at home. I know I have cardboard, and I have cups, and I have string, and I have Legos, and I have all these different things that I would use. So, okay. Let me get out of that one. And we'll show you one more, and then, let's see. So this one, their object of their goal is to get that flag to raise. So they have a ball and a water bottle with seeds, and then looks like a couple of chip containers, and a car.
Okay.
So let's see. They're gonna hit the ball. It's gonna unwrap is what it's doing. And then it's one more time around. And it's going to hit the ball. It doesn't hit the car. It hit the can. And then it hit the domino. And now it's rolling. Oh, is there a pencil?
Oh, it hit a mousetrap.
There we go. So that was one way they decided to do it. This way, they started the same way. But that's a tea bag, I think. And then it rolled the ball down. Looks like theirs isn't quite as done as the other one. but give it. That's the flag. And now they're going to start it. Okay. So they walk this through. What kind of machine would you make, Miss Peggy?
I don't know. I'm trying to remember what my daughter made one that popped a balloon.
A popped balloon. Ooh, oh, there goes the flag.
Yay!
Awesome. What about you, Anthony? What would you do to make yourself a machine?
Oh, Britters, you're putting me on the spot. I would do something to help feed my parents' cat.
Okay, because normally all you do is you go
and just dump the food right in the bowl. But if I could come up with some kind of contraption to feed Trixie, my parents' cat, that's what I would do.
That would be cool. So there we
Give
go.
the cat a week before it would figure it out and she'd feed herself.
Oh, gee, I give her 2 days. I know that cat.
Let's see. So that is that. So I'd love to see some pictures of your machines. That would be a fun thing to see. I know we have quite a few people following along. On the first video, we had people checking in. Hopefully they're back. Maybe they'll show us their contraptions in the next couple of days. But let's finish up for the day. And we're going to go over. So basically what we did was we were learning about actions and reactions, cooperating together to complete a task. You are looking at different common objects in different ways. So your dominoes, your craft sticks, your string, they're not just those pieces. They put together, they can make things move in motion from different perspectives. You explored how things balance, how things tip over, how things stack and fall, and how experiments don't always work.
No.
So, man, you learned a lot today. I don't know about you, but I had a fun time today, and I enjoyed myself. Well, let's make sure nobody else has commented anything other today. Well, there really isn't any. There's no more comments, so we're glad you're here. Hope to see you. We have a great one tomorrow. Our Weebles and AOL are going to be doing Art Explosion, so that'll be a fun craft adventure to take part in. Well, have a great night.
You too.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
See you, everybody.